Namaskara. Welcome to Samveda E-Class Learning Program. This program is sponsored by Government of Karnataka, Department of Public Instructions and DSCRT. Myself, Vinayak Shaldar, a science teacher working at Government High School, Radernaganur, Nargunda Taluk, Gadag district. Today we are going to learn a beautiful lesson from 7th class science, that is heat. The objectives of this lesson are: differentiate the objects as hot or cold, how to measure the temperature, and we will also learn how to use the thermometer, types of thermometer, modes of transfer of heat, sea breeze and land breeze, and we will also come to know how the woolen clothes keep us warm in winter season and how the light colored clothes keep us cool in summer season. We will study the chapter in 3 parts. Today is the first part and we are going to learn how to differentiate the objects as hot or cold, what is the need of thermometer, how to use the clinical thermometer, what are the precautions to be taken while using a clinical thermometer, how to measure the temperature, and what is the average body temperature of a healthy human. Okay, let us start the class. Look at this beautiful picture. The sun is spreading light on the ground and the land has worn beautiful green color. Among the planets of our solar system, Earth only has life on it. Sun has a vital role in origin and the survival of life on the Earth. Can you imagine the life on the Earth without the sun? No, it is impossible. Life on the Earth is gift of the sun. We get heat and light from the sun. We get the solar energy in the form of radiation. We use the heat energy to dry the clothes and papad, chips. Sometimes we use that to dry the grains also. You might have seen this one. What is this? Of course, this is solar water heater. It absorbs the solar energy, that is heat energy, and heats the water. We use heat energy to cook the food. In olden days, trains run by burning the coal. Nowadays, they are using diesel. You know this one. If you take ice and provide heat energy, then ice turns into liquid, that is water. If you further provide the heat energy, then you will get water vapor. If you take water vapor, then cool it, you will get water. Further you cool it, you get ice. In your house, you may often do this one. You take the water in bowl and keep it in the freezer, you will get ice. We can also get the heat from burning wood and coal, LPG, petrol, diesel, kerosene, etc. And we can also get heat by using electricity. In winter, we feel cold. In summer season, we feel hot. In winter season, we wear woolen clothes to keep us warm, and summer season, we wear light colored clothes to keep us cool. If we exercise, we feel hot and we go to fan and we sit in front of that one. Then we feel relaxed and cold. We come across many situations in our day-to-day life in which hot or cold is felt by us. Then what is heat? Heat is a form of energy. It can do a mechanical work also. Let us go through this video.
This radiometer was invented in 1873 by Mr. Cook by mistake while he was working on thallium research. This amazing instrument, if you take it outside in the sun or close to any heat source, will start spinning magically. It is just a bulb which is emptied of most of its air. There is a vacuum inside. The pressure inside is few hundred times less. Inside the bulb, you can see a spoke, a spindle and 4 extremely lightweight fans made of metal. They are black on one side and white on the other. Now if you bring a candle or any other source of light nearby, the fan starts to spin magically. It is as if there is a solar cell inside. Notice how the black fans move away from the candle source and the white ones are attracted. So you can think what will happen if we take the candle and put it on the other side. Amazing instrument. The operation of this radiometer is essentially a heat engine, where the temperature difference between the black side and the white side of the fan is converted to mechanical output, which results in rotation of the fan. Radiometer works essentially due to it being a heat engine, where the temperature difference between the black and the white lead to very complex movement of air molecules inside the bulb. So enjoy playing with this radiometer. You can buy it and then have fun by playing it outside in the sun. And just like it was discovered accidentally, maybe you will discover something more. Enjoy.
Here I have a list of some objects. They are ice cream, spoon in a teacup, fruit juice and handle of a frying pan. Now you have to mark whether the object is cold or hot. Ice cream, whether it is hot or cold. Yes, it is cold. The spoon in a teacup, yes, it is warm. Fruit juice, yes, it is cold. The handle of a frying pan is warm. Make a list of 5 things which are hot and another list of 5 objects which are cold. Now I have a question for you. How do we come to know whether the object is cold or hot? It is very simple. We touch the object and we will come to know, and we will say whether it is hot or cold. It is very simple one. But we should keep a thing in our mind that don't touch the objects which are too hot. They may hurt you. Is our sense of touch is reliable? That is, can we say correctly whether the object is really cold or hot? Can't we say? For this, we will do an activity. Take 3 vessels, mark them as A, B and C. Take lukewarm water in vessel A and take cold water in vessel B. In vessel C, take a mixture of lukewarm water and cold water, or take lukewarm water and cold water together in vessel C. Now put your left hand in vessel A, which contains hot water, and right hand in vessel B, which contains cold water. Keep the hands for 2 to 3 minutes and observe what your hands feel. Yes, your left hand will feel hot and your right hand will feel cold. Now put your both the hands in vessel C. Now tell your observations. Boju has done the same activity. He is sharing his experiences. Come on, go through this one.
Bhujo has taken 3 vessels and he named them as vessel A, B and C. He has poured a liter of warm water in vessel A. Then he poured 1 liter of cold water in vessel B. He took half liter of cold water and a half liter of hot water in vessel C. Now Bhujo puts his left hand in vessel A, which contains hot water, and he puts his right hand in vessel B, which contains cold water. Then Bhujo tells his experiences as his left hand is feeling hot and his right hand is feeling cold. Then Bujo puts his both the hands in vessel C, which contains a mixture of warm water and cold water. Bujo told his experience as, now his left hand is feeling cold and his right hand is feeling hot. Now he is get confused that whether the water is really hot or cold.
Bhusho got confused because the hand which was in hot water, now it is feeling cold. The hand which was in cold water, now it is feeling hot. The same water cannot be cold and hot at the same time. It is impossible. So, our sense of touch is not giving the correct information about the object, whether it is cold or hot. Then, how can we come to know whether the object is hot or cold? We should use a thermometer for that one. What is the thermometer? The device used to measure the temperature is thermometer. Then what is the temperature? The measurement of hotness is its temperature, or degree of hotness is temperature. In the picture you can see here is a thermometer. Have you seen this one? Yes, you may. If you or someone else in your family may sick, you go to the doctor, he examines. For that he uses a thermometer to measure the body temperature. That thermometer is known as doctor's thermometer or clinical thermometer. The clinical thermometer is one which measures our body temperature, is called a clinical thermometer. Clinical thermometer consists of a long, narrow, uniform glass tube. It has a bulb at the one end which contains mercury. Have you ever studied about mercury? Yes, you have studied. It is in your 5th standard. Mercury is the only metal which occur in liquid state. Clinical thermometer reads the temperature between 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius, or in the Fahrenheit scale it is 94 degree Fahrenheit to 108 degree Fahrenheit. Degree Celsius and Fahrenheit are the units of measurements of temperature. You know the unit of mass is kilogram. If you go to the shop, you may buy rice or sugar, then you buy the rice in terms of kilogram. You buy the milk in terms of liter. If you go to the cloth shop, you buy the cloth in terms of meters. Similarly, units of temperature are Kelvin, degree Fahrenheit and degree Celsius. Kelvin is the international standard unit of temperature. Degree Fahrenheit was used in earlier days widely. Nowadays, more conveniently, degree Celsius is used. He is the scientist who invented the thermometer first time, Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit. He was a physicist, inventor, scientific instrument maker. He made the mercury in glass thermometer first time. It was the first standardized temperature scale. He is under Celsius. He was a Swedish astronomer, physicist and mathematician. He was a professor of astronomy. He made a thermometer with scale centigrade. Later it was named as Celsius in his honor.
A thermometer is an instrument used for measuring temperatures. The thermometer you are probably the most familiar with is the mercury thermometer. The mercury thermometer is a thin glass tube. At one end there is a constriction and a small bulb filled with mercury, a silvery liquid. Running from the bulb to the other end of the thermometer is a very fine capillary tube through which the mercury can flow. The thermometer is completely sealed off to prevent any mercury from escaping. Outside, the glass tube will have a scale marked with divisions to indicate the temperature. If we wanted to know the temperature of some hot water in a beaker, we would simply immerse the bulb end of the thermometer in the water and wait just a few seconds. The surrounding heat will cause the mercury to expand. The mercury will move up through the tube, stopping at a place which indicates a specific reading on the scale. For common use, this scale will be either Celsius or Fahrenheit. A centigrade thermometer, also known as the Celsius scale, and named after the Swedish astronomer Anders Celsius, who developed it, has 100 equal divisions. It begins at 0 degrees, water's freezing point, and ends at 100 degrees, water's boiling point. On this scale, the normal human body temperature will be 37 degrees Celsius, which we would write simply as 37 degrees C. The other temperature scale on a traditional thermometer is the Fahrenheit scale, named after the German physicist Daniel Fahrenheit. On the Fahrenheit temperature scale, the freezing point of water is set as 32 degrees and the boiling point of water is 212 degrees. Between 32 and 212 degrees, there will be 180 equal divisions. On the Fahrenheit scale, the normal body temperature of humans will be 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, which we would write simply as 98.6 degrees F.
How to read a thermometer? Note the temperature difference between the two bigger marks. In this picture, you can see two bigger marks indicating 1 degree Celsius. Then note down the number of small divisions. In this picture, you can see there are 10 small divisions. So, one small division can read 1 degree Celsius divided by 10 small divisions. So, it is 0.1 degree Celsius. If it has 5 small divisions, then one small division can read 0.2 degree Celsius. In this picture, you can see the mercury level has crossed 37 degrees Celsius and 8 small divisions. So, the temperature is 37.8 degrees Celsius. What are the precautions to be taken while using a clinical thermometer? It should be washed before and after use by using an antiseptic solution and to be rinsed with the cold water, because it may get contaminated after use and it may spread the diseases. So, it should be washed. Hold the thermometer firmly and give some jerks. It will bring the level of mercury below 35 degrees Celsius. After giving some jerks, if it not comes below the 35 degrees Celsius, don't use such thermometer. It may give wrong reading. The thermometer is made of glass. It is fragile. Handle with care. It may break if it hits against any hard object, and it has mercury. Mercury is harmful to environment, so be aware while using a thermometer. Read the thermometer by holding the level of mercury along the line of sight, and don't hold the thermometer by the bulb while reading it. In first picture, the thermometer held by its bulb, it is the wrong one. In second picture, you can see the thermometer is held in a right manner. How to use the thermometer? Place the thermometer under the tongue or at the armpit. After 1 or 2 minutes, take the thermometer and note the reading.
Your forehead feels warm. You immediately suspect a fever. To be sure, however, you need to measure your exact body temperature. How would you do that? Well, with the help of a clinical thermometer, also called a doctor's thermometer. A clinical thermometer is usually made of glass and consists of a mercury-filled bulb inside at one of its ends and a fine capillary tube that looks like a thread running from the bulb to its other end. There is a small constriction in the neck close to the bulb. A clinical thermometer can measure temperature ranging from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius or 95 degrees Fahrenheit to 108 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a pretty small range. You can get the temperature by reading the scale inscribed on the side of the thermometer. Let us now see how a clinical thermometer works. A clinical thermometer is usually placed inside the mouth for measuring body temperature. Because of the body heat, the mercury inside the bulb heats up, expands, and rises to a certain level in the capillary tube through the constriction. The new level to which the mercury rises indicates the exact body temperature. You may be wondering if the reading changes on removing the thermometer from the mouth. Well, it does not. The constriction prevents the mercury from flowing back into the bulb. You can also say that the mercury column breaks at the constriction and is unable to return to the bulb, thus remaining stationary in the tube. To reset the thermometer, you need to swing it sharply many times so as to make the mercury column return to the bulb. Why do you think mercury is used in a clinical thermometer? Mercury is used in a clinical thermometer as well as other thermometers for a number of reasons. First, mercury is a metal and thus it is a good conductor of heat. It starts to expand instantly on placing the thermometer inside the mouth. The expansion can be seen as a rising thread of mercury. Second, mercury remains a liquid at temperatures ranging from -39 degrees Celsius to 357 degrees Celsius. Hence, it can serve to measure a wide range of temperatures. At last, mercury does not stick to glass. Though using mercury in thermometers has advantages, mercury-based thermometers are considered risky. This is because mercury is poisonous. In case the bulb or the neck of a thermometer breaks, mercury can leak out into the mouth. This is why mercury-based clinical thermometers have largely been replaced nowadays with electronic digital thermometers or scanner thermometers.
What is the normal temperature of human body? It is 37 degrees Celsius. In this picture you can see mercury level has rise up to the 37 degrees Celsius. 37 degrees Celsius is highlighted by red number and a red line is drawn to show the normal body temperature. Paheli measured her body temperature. She got worried as it was not exactly 37 degrees Celsius. Is the normal temperature of every person 37 degrees Celsius? No, it may not. The temperature of every person may not be same as 37 degrees Celsius. It may differ by slightly high or slightly low. In this picture you can see the mercury level is not same as 37 degrees Celsius. It differ by 37 degrees Celsius. So, I measured the temperature of some of my students. Vivek had 37.2 degrees Celsius, Swati had 36.7 degrees Celsius, Kavana had 37.4 degrees Celsius, Prashant had 36.8 degrees Celsius and Sumitra had 36.8 degrees Celsius. You can see none of them has 37 degrees Celsius. So, now I am going to calculate the average body temperature. In lower classes, you come to know how to calculate the average. In lower classes, you come to know how to calculate the average. So, average temperature is equal to total temperature divided by total number of members, that is average temperature equals to 184.9 degrees Celsius divided by 5 members. It is 36.98 degrees Celsius. The average temperature rounded about 37 degrees Celsius. So, the normal temperature is the average of a large number of healthy persons. In this picture, you can see the normal temperature of healthy human is highlighted by pink color. It varies from 37 degrees Celsius. Now, Bujo has a crazy idea. He wants to measure the temperature of hot milk by using a clinical thermometer. But Paheli stopped him doing so. Clinical thermometer is designed to measure the temperature of human body only. It should not be used other than the human body. It should not be used to measure the temperature of any other thing other than the human body, because due to excessive heat, rapid expansion in the mercury level may occur. Due to excessive rise in mercury level, pressure is occurred in the thermometer. It may cause the breakage of thermometer. So, the clinical thermometer should be used measure the human temperature only. Before we wind up the class, I have some questions for you. Can you answer this one? An ice cube is hot or cold? Of course, it is cold. A device used to measure the body temperature is, come on, yes, it is thermometer. The range of clinical thermometer dash to dash, it is 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Yes. Normal body temperature of healthy human is 37 degrees Celsius. So, in this class we have learned to differentiate the objects as hot or cold. What is the need of thermometer? How to use a clinical thermometer? Precautions should be taken while using a clinical thermometer. How to measure the body temperature and average body temperature of a healthy human. I have a homework for you. Define temperature, or what is temperature? The device used to measure the temperature is. What are the precautions to be taken while using a clinical thermometer? And the last one is, what is the normal body temperature of a healthy human? Dear students, write this homework neatly and show your teacher. Thank you, one and all. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.